FunReviews here, and Christ, it's been a long time. I'm really sorry for the lack of videos. I've been focusing on the other channel, Wildfire Productions, and also trying to work out how reviews are going to go going forward, because I felt like the formula was getting a bit stale. Now, I am still going to be doing the classic story presentation, gameplay, and endings, but it's going to be much higher quality and an all-around better experience for you guys at home. Because that's what I make these videos for, you guys. Now, let's not waste any time, let's jump right into Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order is a curious specimen. Story-wise, it's very strong, but presentation, it's very strong visually, but graphically, it has its problems, which we'll get to in a minute. But as for the story takes place shortly after Order 66, so all the Jedi have been wiped out, and it follows a young Padawan named Cal Kestis, living on the planet Bracca as a scrapper, breaking down old Republic ships for use for the Empire, and he's in hiding trying to avoid the same fate as his master Jared Tapal. However, he does still have his master's old lightsaber, but an accident forces Cal to reach within and use the Force, leading the Inquisitors to find him. Now, the Inquisitors are a really cool introduction into main Star Wars canon from Star Wars Rebels, because Jedi Fallen Order is canon to the Star Wars saga. So the Inquisitors are Jedi hunters, and it follows the second sister and ninth sister, even though I'm not sure if that's a girl. Each to their own. Holden, as they hunt down Cal across the galaxy, along with his new friends Sia and a pilot of a luxury freighter who Sia's hired. And it turns out that Cal's connection to the Force has been damaged due to the events of Order 66. That's just there for gameplay reasons, if I'm being honest. However, story bit-wise, it is really good. There's a lot of reconnection, there's a lot of trust building, there's a lot of love, there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of story, which I know might not seem like much, but in our current EA-based Star Wars climate, a good story is a rarity. And I'm so glad that Jedi Fallen Order delivers one. Given how lack of anything Star Wars Battlefront was, and the slight improvement of Star Wars Battlefront 2, Jedi Fallen Order is a welcome change with its lack of multiplayer and just focusing on the story of Cal, Sia, the second sister, and all of their stories intertwining as they travel across the galaxies, including iconic Star Wars locations like Kashyyyk, Ilum, and Dathomir, which is from the Clone Wars, which, by the way, Dathomir does not look like it looked in the Clone Wars. Looking at you, EA, but gameplay reasons. And actually getting to see the Zabraks and Night Sisters again. That was an interesting addition to the Star Wars canon again. So now let's talk about the presentation, which I have a lot to talk about that. Now, visually speaking, Jedi Fallen Order is stunning. Everything hits its beats that it needs to. Every planet has its own unique visual style, and everything works the way it needs to. The rain is beautiful, the lightsabers are stunning, and it's all well put together. Except the glitches. And glitches there are. I'm talking about gameplay popping, T-posing, animation glitches, story glitches, falling through the world. All of it, the whole 9 yards. Name it, this game probably has it in terms of its glitches. And I've probably encountered them all. In my first fight with the second sister on Zepho, I kept encountering T-posing. Every time I lost to the second sister, she would T-pose until her first attack animation. I have seen graphical pop-in. I have seen falling through the world. I've seen the whole 9 yards. And it was hilarious, but it shouldn't be in this Star Wars game. So please patch it out, and we should be fine. But if you are going to play this game, I have to warn you, the PS4 version is incredibly glitchy. I've heard that it's better on Xbox One and PC, so if you do have to get this game and absolutely want to, I would recommend getting it on Xbox One and PC. Avoid the PS4 version unless you absolutely have to. But now for the gameplay. This game is every Star Wars fan's dream come true.
It's okay,
I mean, there's no light and dark side powers, so you won't have Cal using force lightning or force choking people. But the light side powers which you do have are so much fun to use, including force pull, force push, force slow, jumping across huge distances, and you get a lightsaber.
Every time I open myself up,
That's enough for any Star Wars fan having a lightsaber. But the lightsaber itself is so interesting, as the lightsaber itself evolves along with Cal. Like, it starts off as a standard single-bladed lightsaber, but when you reach Kashyyyk, it becomes a double-bladed lightsaber for your battle with the Night Sister. But then when you reach Dathomir, it is damaged, and the second blade is destroyed. So you go to Ilum, and that is where you build the greatest lightsaber ever. A dual-bladed splitting lightsaber. I love it. The idea of being able to split your lightsaber in two and slash your opponents is glorious. And it's so much fun. Most stormtroopers go down with one hit, but what do you expect? Except there is one kind of break here. These stormtroopers can actually hit something. They should be able to. But you also get scout troopers,
another step.
K2 units, which have the same kind of sense of humor as K2SO from Rogue One. You've got Purge Troopers, which I absolutely adore the Purge Troopers as an enemy. I have to say, they are amazing Jedi hunting villains.
BD!
Just perfect. And the boss fights, most of them are multi-stage boss battles. For example, I looked to the Night Sister battle on Kashyyyk. She starts off, I think it's she. Oh, correct me in the comments, but I'm going to say she. She starts off using a single blade, but then after you deal a certain amount of damage to her, she switches to using a double blade, and then she starts making her lightsaber spin in a circle. That is
Always finding stuff.
just well done. And your battle with, say, Malakos on Dathomir, he starts off just basic lightsaber dueling, then jumps into using saber throws and force pushes, and then jumps into throwing giant boulders at you. But in that battle, you do have assistance. However, if you are not particularly well versed in Dark Souls, Metroid, any kind of dungeon crawling or hard combat game, play it on story mode. Because this game, even on medium difficulty, is brutal. I am not kidding. I spent the majority of this fight, this gameplay run, on normal difficulty. And it took me 4 hours to get through the first Second Sister fight. Bearing in mind, I'm not a novice at games. I've been playing them most of my entire life. But the enemies in this game, if you are anything other than story mode difficulty, will wipe the floor with you. Instantly. There are unblockables. The parry system is actually really well put together. If you time your attacks right, you'll be able to block and drain your enemy stamina meter. But I'll leave that for you to explore in the gameplay. But there is also skill trees, and an interesting mechanic is the meditation system. Throughout the worlds, you'll be able to encounter certain points throughout the different planets where you can meditate, where you'll be able to rest, which will revive all of your health, items, everything, except it will restore every enemy around the map, in lieu of Ori and the Blind Forest. Except, you can also save at these save locations, and only at these save locations, but you can also access the skill tree where you can upgrade your force powers, including getting your own saber throw, heavy attacks, improving stims, helping BD1, and throughout the world you'll also be able to upgrade not only your lightsaber by collecting unique components, which you can use to build your very own lightsaber, which is a brilliant concept and really allows you to make Cal your own. You can also get new paint jobs for the Mantis, you can also get new skins for Cal's suit and ponchos. Gotta love ponchos. But other than that, it's a basic sort of Metroidvania style combat Dark Souls game. But as for that, let's talk about the final level, which, oh goody, I want to talk about the final level. Okay, so you've done it. You fought your way through Dathomir, Kashyyyk, Zepho, Braka, and Dathomir. And now it's actually time to return to Zepho to retrieve the holocron, full of Jedi younglings who have not been recruited by either the Jedi or the Sith. They are just Force sensitive. And unfortunately,
You have failed me, Inquisitor.
your arch enemy, the Second Sister, is waiting for you. And after a short battle with her, which unfortunately you were never really able to defeat the Second Sister until the very end of the game, the holocron is taken. You go to the Fortress Inquisitorius. That's a mouthful. To battle the Second Sister and reclaim the holocron. And after an epic battle where you've got to rip through Purge Troopers, K2 units, Stormtroopers, Scout Troopers, Infantry Troopers, Heavy Gunner Troopers, anything you fought throughout this game is on the Fortress Inquisitorius. And then you fight Trilla, who is the identity of the Second Sister. And you've all seen it, you've all seen the memes. After you've defeated the Second Sister, Darth Vader shows up. Yes, in a bit that no one expected, but everyone wanted. Darth Vader shows up in an epic twist, killing the Second Sister and completely wiping the floor with you. And even after Sia steps in, he just force throws her off the platform. And then you actually get to battle Darth Vader for 20 seconds before he force chokes you. And when you try to force pull a pipe on him, he then grabs the force pipe, throws you across the room, and then throws the pipe at you before ripping the entire fortress apart on top of your head as you frantically try to sprint away from him, because if you stop for even a second, you are dead. And then, in a short quick time event thing, you manage to just evade Darth Vader once and for all after being stabbed with your own lightsaber. And then the holocron is destroyed as Cal believes that the fates of these Jedi children rest with the Force. And that's it. You're free to explore all the planets throughout the galaxy that you've explored. And now for my final rating. I adore Jedi Fallen Order. Yes, it has its flaws, some big serious flaws, but I still love it to pieces. The combat is engaging, the story is well thought out, the presentation is amazing, and now the Skywalker saga has unfortunately come to an end. Jedi Fallen Order and other games like it will be all we have to hold on to until hopefully the next Star Wars movie comes out, and that's why I'm going to give Jedi Fallen Order a final rating of a 7 out of 10. It's unfortunate I can't give a higher one, but with its current state with graphical and gameplay glitches, I cannot give it much higher. It's a good game, but unpolished, which all that EA and Respawn Entertainment need to do is just polish it up, give it a bit of DLC, and then it'll be perfect, because this is a game that I would love to buy DLC for. But until next time, my Jedi and Sith friends, the Force will be with you, always. And make sure you go and buy Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order as soon as you can, because it's worth it. Now, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!